The Shabbos immediately preceding Pesach is called Shabbat HaGadol, the great Shabbat, the great Shabbos, because it heralds our freedom, our salvation. And this year, more than any year since I've been around on the planet for the last 42 times around the sun, this year more than ever, oh my goodness, do we need a salvation? Do we need a redemption? Do we need a Yeshua? And I've been watching hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos of Lex, of this guy debating that guy about, do the Israelis have a right to the land? Do the Jews have a right to be there? After all, the United Nations, they claim that we're giving a land without a people to a people without a land, but there were all these poor Palestinians there, and you're ignoring them. And the Sykes-Picot Agreement, why would you let the British and the French decide who gets what in the Middle East? These are all colonial apartheid regimes, yada, yada, yada. I have heard dozens of hours of both sides of this argument. How dare the United Nations give you this land? It was not theirs to give. And I want to tell you, to the Norm Finkelsteins of the world, to the Noam Chomskys of the world, to the Mohammed Hijabs of the world, I want to say you're absolutely right. You are right. Who allows the United Nations to give the land of Israel to the Jews? How dare they give the land of Israel to the Jews? It is not theirs to give. I couldn't possibly agree with you more. You think the land of Israel is ours because the United Nations said so? You think we have a claim to the land of Israel because the most anti-Semitic body on planet Earth said that we can have that little sliver of the Middle East? I ask you, on a timeline, throw a dart wherever you want at a timeline, in the last 3,000 years, show me the year, point out that year that the Jews did not sit down with their families wherever they were, from Bangkok to Boston to Bangladesh. Show me the year that the Jews didn't sit down at the table and say 3 words, L'shana Haba B'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem. Show me the year that we missed. Did we miss a year? No, we didn't miss a year. We were there in Auschwitz, taking together a few little grains and a drop of water so that we could have matzah. We don't go a year without matzah. We don't go a year without singing L'shana Haba B'Yerushalayim, without leaning on our left, drinking cups of wine and saying, we will go back. Hashata Avde, this year we're slaves again. L'shana Haba B'nei Chorin, next year we're going to be free. You think Israel's ours because the UN said so? They have no say-so. It's not theirs to give. It's ours because Hashem said so, because God promised it to us. Because in the covenant between the parts 3,800 years ago with the first Jew named Abraham, God said to him, L'zaracha eten et ha'aretz hazot. To your sons, to your children, I will give this land. That's why it's ours. Not because of some New York body, number one. Number two, do you know who else believes that God, that Hashem, gave the land of Israel to the Jews? I'll give you a hint. All the Muslims, all the Christians, all the Mormons. Who is it that says it's not ours? Certainly can't be the Muslims because they believe that God gave the Jews a Torah. They believe that Hashem gave this land to the Jewish people, not to Yishmael. Certainly can't be our brothers, the Christians, because they believe that God gave the Torah. They believe that Hashem told us that the land of Israel is ours. So who exactly is it, these people, these disbelievers clearly? Who are these people that say that the land does not belong to us? I'd like to meet one. I would love to understand who that person is. The whole thing is a bait and switch. When we sit this year with our families and we say L'shana Haba B'Yerushalayim, we will feel the echoes of the Shoah. We will feel the echoes of Khmelnytsky. We will feel the spirits of the Crusades and of the Spanish Inquisition and of Babylonia and Persia and Greece and Rome and Hamas and Hezbollah and Iran, and I've seen you before, and I know how it ends. And this has given us tremendous strength because even when we're in the camps, even as they push us into gas chambers, we know L'shana Haba B'Yerushalayim. Maybe it's not going to be this year. Maybe it's going to be next year. But that has given us hope. That has given us certainty. The knowledge that no matter what they throw at us, B'chol dor v'dor omdim aleinu l'chalotenu. In every single generation, we say at the Seder, they stand against us to wipe us out. They're always out there. We know that. V'akadosh baruch hu matzilenu mi'adam. And Hashem saves us from their hands. No matter what they throw at us, no matter what they say about us on Twitter, on the Golden State Bridge, or in the United Nations, it doesn't matter. The land is ours because Hashem said so. L'shana Haba B'Yerushalayim. Have an incredible Pesach. Chag Sameach.